Ram, can you tell us what made you think of designing and creating a personal branding business card?
Sangeet, I'll go back a few years back and to tell you that I come from a marketing background from Wellinkers, and all through my business in 24 years, we've been effectively using the funda of marketing in real estate business. For any business, very important that before sales come marketing. And what has been my observation in the industry is when any customer comes to you, he doesn't buy the developer. Neither does he buy you as a company. He buys you first as a person. So if he likes you, then he comes to you as a company and does business with you only if he likes a product. But if he doesn't like you right in the beginning, there is no connection that happens with the client.
Very interesting.
So what is happening is this whole phenomenon is something called personal branding. Now, personal branding is something that people, for an entrepreneur, a personal brand is the same as his company brand. I beg to differ here. The reason is a company as it evolves will create its own branding. The branding will be followed by the entire team members of, like in Mumbai Properties, we have a very synced branding that goes on with the team, and the same branding is conveyed to the customer. But I, as the owner of the business, and the consumers interact with me, in that perspective, they get a different side of me, and that's the personal branding part of it. So I realize the need that we need to do something very different about why should a person remember me, and thereby remember what I'm doing it as a business. So there was this wonderful opportunity of connecting all my passions in life other than business. So one of my passion is super biking. I've been riding super bikes for the last 8 years now. So what we did is we created a very different card which showed me as a super biker on the Mumbai landscape. So right now the current Mumbai landscape is the Worli ceiling. So we highlighted the Worli ceiling. I'm zipping on a super bike in a caricature mode. So the caricatures today are the best way to go about. And on the back of the card, we had a very short, unconventional bio where we did not talk about buying or selling of real estate. What did I portray is I spent 24 years in the business, is I have now gathered enough knowledge to be called as a reality guru. So reality guru was the touch point, and there's a short bio on what a guru is all about. So this connected a lot of chords with my clients. So we deal a lot with expats here. So whenever we give this card to the expat, there's an instant connection. He understands where am I coming from.
I remember, Ram, you mentioned to me with, your motorbike on your business card, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think there was a site inspection for an expat which you were giving in Powai, or one of the high end real estate residential property, and I think you went there on your motorbike.
Yeah.
And the client was definitely impressed, and that made a difference. Going in a car which could be worth 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs, and going on a motorbike which is whatever worth 4 lakhs, 2 lakhs or 5 lakhs, it's a different bike. It's a super bike, like you said. And so that make a difference in terms of developing a relationship and a rapport with your client?
So what happens with this high net worth individual, the expat clients that to come, you need to establish a common connection. Now that connection shouldn't be about the housing need, because as it is, you're addressing his housing needs. So, my experience is if you develop a connection regarding your passion, and if his passion and your passion match, you have a common ground, and it certainly opens a lot of doors for you. So I had this client who'd come in for Germany, and we were showing him properties all across the city. And most of the time, I would, of course, take the car and the driver. But that one fine day, I decided, let me take the bike. And I would like to tell you, Sangeet, I've been taking my bike to a lot of my work related, inspections. And this was one opportunity where he got down from his car, came and actually kneeled down on the street to check out my bike. And that's the moment he came to know I'm a super biker, and his whole perspective about me as a realtor changed.
Very nice.
He treated me as a friend because he is a super biker. We went and saw a couple of property, and then when we were having lunch,
You went on the bike?
Yeah, he sat with me on the bike, and of course, a very short run without a helmet because we want to practice safe biking. So I didn't have a spare helmet, or he would have loved to. And when we sat for lunch, that's where when he shared that back home in Germany, this gentleman has got 3 BMW bikes, super bikes, for all different reasons. He has a separate off-roading bike. He has another bike which he uses in the winters, and the common connection just came in, and I would say the passion and the credibility just went 2 notch higher.
Very interesting.
And interestingly, he bought a property in a month's time after we did. And this kind of stories keep repeating. So I also want to add that many of these guys who come to India and stay for I have another expat who's come in here and has been staying here for 5 years. He bought a Bullet for himself. He says it's the best. And then I put him on to the Bullet community in Mumbai, and most of the Sundays he's out on his Bullet, enjoying a Sunday ride.
Very interesting.
So that's how passion connected with real estate, with a personal branding. So you can see how all the dots match
Very,
up.
very interesting, Ram. It has been very exciting here. We learned about personal branding, we learned about passion, and this friend of mine has been an inspiration for all of us. Ram, my last very question, because in our discussion we spoke about knowledge, and since we both have founded the Knowledge Forum together, very quickly I would like you to stress upon the importance of knowledge in real estate. We are now in a post-RERA era where keeping, as a consultant, as a realtor, we need to be updated by the changing rules, laws, and implications of various government policies. Very quick take on the importance of knowledge.
So I would say that not only for real estate consultants, but for any person in this world who's doing business or even working somewhere, knowledge is the most important arsenal that he has in his weaponry. Why do I say that? Because the day you stop learning is the day you stop growing. In real estate, we have to evolve so much. And as you rightly said, post-RERA, yeah. So post-RERA is I am now expected by law to know everything. And how best do you know? Not by reading books, not by going to website, by collaborating with fellow realtors who are equally knowledgeable, who are on the same wavelength as you are, and who are ready to share knowledge. Based on this, I think the idea came to you to prepare, to make this lovely forum called the Knowledge Forum for Real Estate. I'm very happy that I was a part of it in the early stage, where you very graciously invited me as a co-convener, and that was something like a dream that I always had. I would do it, and Sangeet Kumar, you did it. I'm happy to be a part, and I think everyone, and I would like to tell the viewers that we are a very strong 750 member force on the WhatsApp group. So what started as a WhatsApp group is now 3 WhatsApp group with 750 members.
We are pan-India now, Ram.
And we are pan-India thanks to all our connections all across the country. We have very top realtors from most of the cities in the country being there. And what we do is, no, we don't share properties and requirement. We are very strict. We share only knowledge.
Yes.
We share knowledge, we exchange knowledge. People who have doubts in the mind put up a questions, and we have suddenly have 10 experts reply to him in next 15 minutes. In that question answer session, I think all of us gain a lot of knowledge because every day is learning. Second part is now we have something called sharing the best business practice. I think, Sangeet, we started last week.
Yes.
And what's going to happen is you will suddenly find competitors cooperating with each other and collaborating with each other, because this group of Knowledge Forum on WhatsApp is a collaboration tool. We don't plan to make an association, do a formal way, but it's a very strong collaboration tool that we are doing, and I hope all of us have gained a lot, and there's still a lot of things. Me and Sangeet have a lot of tricks up our sleeve which we will be slowly revealing in coming time. So I think it's a wonderful idea that we came up, and WhatsApp has been a very good medium for being that. So Knowledge Forum would now see, what I would like to request people is, please be very active on the Knowledge Forums and put more information out there.
Thank you, Ram, for being here and talking to us. Look forward for some more sessions. Thank you, Ram. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
ठीक है